Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LTA North. Spring 2025.
We will also see Ayla making his way up, but he won't be there in time. Busio might at least look for the angle here for the headbutt. Polv try to go after Sniper, but Sniper's already back towards the turret in time. Nice use of the ulti there from Bwipo. Sniper in danger. First blood over to the big man as FlyQuest is on the board, but River's ready to get one back. The Gragas will not escape from this as Quid looks for a second. Does not find the seismic. It helps out a lot in laning phase compared to what some of the other dragons might do early on in the game. So that one...
Very efficient, quick move from FlyQuest to get the Pantheon ult out, but not overcommit to the play. You can see they called it off immediately. Ayla wants to keep it up, though.
Yeah, Ayla jumps in after Bwipo, who's taking a ton of damage here. Sniper wants to go to the skies. River is not close enough to get the killing blow there on the Gragas, but now it's Busio in danger. Flash in from Ayla to lock him up there with the Nautilus passive, but a little bit more damage is still required. Oh, a beautiful Comet Spear secures the first, and now they're going to claim the second. 100 Thieves get two. FlyQuest
Full
gets...
control of the lead up to the river, and they're just going to opt to wait a second. They might catch.
Ayla wanted to go in there, but the back end of the shot.
Even worse for them now to try and fight, and a lower value objective in the Rift Trail. So I think another correct call considering the situation they're in from FlyQuest. So just go for the trade on the bottom side, get that tower gold, get it into the Azir where they do need it, and try not to give up anything on the other side of the map. Seems like they'll be fine.
Ayla wants the dredge line, but takes a ton of damage. Immediately has to be saved by the Fate's Call, but now it's FBI in trouble. Grand Starfall over the top as River makes his way into the fight, and now they've locked up Inspired here in the front line, and FBI's got the first kill. It looked a little wild here at the start, but Sniper arrives to make it even wilder. Busio and Masu trying to get away as River jumps forward. A little bit more damage is needed, and Quid provides. Busio falls. 2-0 for 100 Thieves in another fast fight.
Dude, they are smashing them! 100 Thieves here showing up in a huge way. FBI is going to destroy the rest of this turret with Shelly.
All the way back over the wall.
He doesn't get to finish off the minion wave. Okay. It's fine!
Whatever, it's fine!
I don't really understand if people would predict FlyQuest because they're more consistent, but we're going to fight for sure. Teleport comes in.
All right, Busio in danger, but the TP right behind 100 Thieves means it could turn around very quickly as Bwipo makes his entry, and River is shut down. Beautiful start there for FlyQuest, as it looks like the second should be guaranteed. There's no Fate's Call ready to save Ayla, and Bwipo even lives. Now the pressure's on to Sniper, but Busio falls to Quid, that empowered extra rock.
They had the deep ward to teleport on, and they use that to try and bait in and trap River. And so they get their trap kill here on River. It was a very good
over the wall, and there's Sniper's flash. He knows that could be a real problem if the Azir manages to get that angle, that pincer attack on him. Now 100 Thieves grouped up on the left. It's FlyQuest on the right, and they're the ones with the Drake aggro, but it's not dropping very quickly at all. Both teams know it's going to be a fight first as Ayla goes in, finds Bwipo, knocks him up into the air. Beautiful burst down onto the Gragas, and the top laners out of the picture. 100 Thieves use quite a few resources on it, though. How are the cooldowns going to play out here? FBI jumping in. Ayla thrown forward. Fate's Call needs to try to lock up Masu, but he's surely going to drop first. Now Busio's got to try to get away, but he re-engages instead. He's trying to use the tankiness, but a massive Shurima shuffle coming out from Quad as FlyQuest fight back, and now they've overtaken the fight. It's Quad and Masu against River and Sniper, and Accelerated Shock Blast is not enough to save Quid, and FlyQuest gets a 4 for 3. It's a bloodbath in bottom side.
Oh, what a fight!
And FlyQuest are the ones with the gold lead as well as Bwipo goes in, looks for the engage here on FBI. He doesn't quite have the angle there in the explosive cast, but he has Busio, and that's good enough. Bwipo continues looking for a little bit more, but it doesn't look like they'll find a whole lot just yet as River flashes over the wall to escape yet another Emperor's Divide that would have been a death sentence. FlyQuest will claim their single kill, and it gets them a tier 1 turret to boot.
Oh, this is huge. FlyQuest, off of the spark of that dragon fight, are retaking control. Tower down now as well. They have full control of the map. 17 more seconds still left on Kalista. They're not going to rush towards the Otacon, though. Still takes a long time to take that thing down, and it's fairly dangerous to pin yourself in small areas like that. Quad should be okay, though, with the Azir passive. Just pop up the turret.
Yeah, that turret is a real lifesaver in situations like these. Any other mid laner, you are very scared of that particular situation, and looks like River ready to use the smite to lock up the FlyQuest mid before he's able to get away. Meanwhile, Quid's ride is interrupted. He wanted to use the Weaver's Wall to try to get up there and assist River, but instead he's going to be caught out, and now River is killed instead. Disjointed play from 100 Thieves. FlyQuest interrupting Quid's ride, and it's a massive punish.
Let's see about the Otacon fight afterwards. Sniper goes for a trade onto Bwipo. Bwippo, but this thing's going down actually fairly quickly while they've got an Alistar trapped inside the Baron pit.
They're trying to corral the cow, but it doesn't matter. Sniper's down, and Ayla and FBI surely aren't going to get anything of value here. Bwippo ready to keep on slowing these guys down, but he's got to be a little bit careful as now Busio jumps into the back, finds a knock-up onto FBI, and he's gone. Masu came knocking, and 100 Thieves dropping as FlyQuest now 3,000 gold ahead. Enemy team still 3 dead in the dirt. River just now respawning. Now, Kobe, now they start up the Otacon.
Flowers, it is mid-game, and 100 Thieves are crumbling. They thought they were going to get a trap onto Quad, was the very beginning of this entire play, but it is good comms for FlyQuest. You can see on the mini-map here already, Inspired that trap on 100 Thieves, and now with the Otacon revives.
Oh, Inspired jumping in after FBI here, putting on a little bit of pressure. Third hit of the third talent strike takes him down as Masu gets the kill credit. But man, what an Alistar game from Busio. Back all the way during the first kill of the game, perfectly cycling the CC there with Bwippo. The mid-game River fight where there's the massive Shurima shuffle that ends up winning it. It's Busio buying the time with his spacing, with his presence at the front of the fight. And there in that top side River, it's Busio flashing and pulverizing to knock Quid off of the Weaver's wall to make it happen. Really great stuff from him this game. But now he and the rest of FlyQuest got to be careful as Masu is immediately forced into the false life withdrawal. And Inspired, Busio, and Quad all now in full retreat. Honestly, though, the
that
Otacon
shutdown going, or that Otacon revival removal going over in trade for a teleport cooldown usage. So neither of their carries have died in any of these fights. Quad and wait a second.
Busio forced to use Unbreakable Will there as now he quick headbutt pull back into River. He'll make his way back out, but this is a pretty important cooldown for 100 Thieves to find. What about the rest of the fight though? Bwippo jumping into the middle of everybody, but he's already got the stasis, so they can't rightfully punish him. Quad goes on a killing spree, and Quid is already dead. FlyQuest full sending it. 100 Thieves are the only ones to lose a man.
And specifically, Bwippo has had some really good engages. He got the engage onto FBI in mid lane to start that other domino effect of a bunch of FlyQuest victories that they got. He runs in through here, gets another engage for them that will also earn them. Wait a second.
Masu straight into the back line. FBI straight into the dirt. The Corky damage 6-0 and 6. Trinity Force, Muramana, Collector. It is a death warrant for anybody on 100 Thieves.
So, yeah, you just got erased right there. Masu jumps in, deleting 100 Thieves members left and right, and they're going to delete the Baron on top. Flowers, you might be thinking the FlyQuest comeback is complete.
This one's looking
pretty complete.
This one's looking pretty done, my friend. FlyQuest, despite their
died at all in this game, they've been calm, you know, even in the face of the pretty big early onslaught where 100 Thieves have been really building a nice early game.
But no, what I was going to say, you're talking about deathless carries, you're talking about playmaking on the top laner and the support. This goes back to the interview that Isaac had with Bwippo at the very beginning of the game. Everybody's got to know their role. They got to know what their champ does. They got to know where they got to be. And that's what FlyQuest has been doing in the second half of this game as Busio makes yet another engage, and Sniper's going to die again. Ayla follows right after as Quad continues leading the charge after River and Bwippo zones Quid and FBI away with a seismic shove, not finding its way onto anybody, and a rampage for Quad seals River's fate. FBI and Quid will scramble now, but it's only 2 Thieves against a full Fly squad as Bwippo and Inspired just trying to cut these minions off, just trying to make it that much more scary for anybody left standing on 100 Thieves, and FBI is not gonna survive. The minions are still there. The remaining Nexus turret falls. They want to try to get one more on Quid, and Inspired dies to the fountain laser. FlyQuest might have struggled a little bit early, but man, they put 100 Thieves in the ground in 30 minutes, game 1.
Need to get away. So, in theory, this is a very good, you know, split push comp from 100 Thieves with the Rise and the Bard synergy. Very big trade with the transformation saving him, but now they're going to welcome him back.
This is absolutely disastrous for 100 Thieves. It's first blood over to FlyQuest, and it's on...
Next set of grubs is going to arrive in 30 plus seconds at the moment. It's Bwippo, actually.
Yeah, Bwippo's hanging around for a long while here against Sniper. It looked like he was trying to bait him into something, but Ayla, this is not where he wanted to be. He goes on a magical journey straight to hell. Bwippo's the one sending him there. He did pretty hot.
So another kill for FlyQuest, and even though they get the Dragon on the opposite side of the map.
Constantly, this item can give you that last little bit of an edge you need to land the combo and make it so you win.
Huge advantage there by attacking the side. They chunk Quad, they force him out, and Quad doesn't have teleport to get back.
But FlyQuest is not done. They're still looking to potentially contest this, as Quad is going to hang around and try to clear out the wave underneath the tier 1 turret. A nice engage coming out from Busio, finds it onto 3, but now he could be in danger if they haven't found any kills here just yet. Quid is going to die. Nice job from Whippo. He's already found 2. He's looking for a 3rd. That hot dog's about to get munched, and Inspired's chowing down. FBI tries to escape, but it's 5 FlyQuest players on the hunt. They don't even need to land the grand entrance. FlyQuest just mopped the floor with them.
That's why we said.
Of one less man involved as Ayla tries to get away. Busio jumps in there with the grand entrance. River still looking to contest here at the Herald itself. Whippo dives in, going after Quid, followed up by Inspired. A ton of damage onto the 100 Thieves mid, but not enough to kill him. The Herald is going to be claimed by the Sejuani as Ayla finds a nice tempered fate, but they need to follow it up. Whippo is very low, but he ain't going to be killed off yet. The Croc does not die. FlyQuest have found 2 more, and they're still looking for a 3rd. Inspired continues to chase after Ayla, but he can't quite catch the Bard. It does not matter. It's another 2 kills. It's another objective. It's another 1 fight for FlyQuest.
I think 100 Thieves should have just hard committed more to split pushing. They keep going into these fights versus FlyQuest, who want them and are happy to take them. And FlyQuest are not only going to get the kills, they're going to get the Rift Herald, so bye-bye towers.
Adios, Mr. Tower. It was nice knowing you. Inspired just knocks that one down easy peasy. Drives the Herald into the tier 3 just for that extra little bit of damage with more Void Mites. It does cost him his 24. A brief walk through history. It's definitely FlyQuest favored, currently 9-3 going into this series, and it looks like FlyQuest is about to turn it into an 11-3 as they're looking to make this a fast 2-0 with the state of the second game. Another pick comes through, another death onto Ayla's Bard, and another kill in the pockets of Masu's Zaya. FlyQuest continuing to keep the pressure on the mid lane here as, the Fury just immediately destroyed as soon as he tries to jump in. Not even that W is getting you away from that one. Throughout the day, that is just absolute littering as FlyQuest has moved their way onto Otacon. Whenever you see an Otacon this early, it's always either disaster or damn, this is a stomp. And it's the second. It's the second one this time around, my friend, because FlyQuest, they're not going to be challenged at all.
Where they recalled their bottom lane. Quad here, though, has a revive and wants to go fight.
Okay, River and Sniper both still trying to get away as, Ayla does not manage to temper fade Whippo, only himself. The Croc's gonna knock him down, easy peasy. Realm Warp from Quid arrives, but then you still gotta be a little bit careful about it as Whippo tries to get away. Sterix Gauge to keep him a little bit higher HP. The false life finally procs. He nearly takes Quid with him. And right when it looks like 100 Thieves might finally be able to get a kill, get some kind of a punish, it's the Otacon earned by FlyQuest 22 minutes into the game that makes it so even those hopes and dreams are dashed as Masu solo takes down the next Drake of the game. Quad continues the solo push down here in the bottom lane, and they're able to do all these things individually because they are so far ahead, and 100 Thieves is torn in so many different directions that punishing these plays just feels impossible.
I would agree. It is impossible. I'm just going to go ahead and say,
right.
You know
We're
what?
on the same page.
It feels like it's impossible. And it also is.
Okay.
Because of the Otacon
on in the meantime, as FlyQuest continue looking for the last remaining tier 2 turret on the 100 Thieves side. Tempered Fate's going to lock him up here a little bit. Inspired's got to be careful. Isolated from the rest of the squad, down to about half HP. Flashes over the wall, ready to join up with the rest of FlyQuest. Whippo is already godlike, grabbing the kill there onto Quid. Quad arrives in the middle of everybody. He's going to buy time here with the stasis. Sniper wanting to see if he can do anything about it, but no, FBI is going to get hunted down. The Chaos Storm ready to burn him away. FlyQuest, they'll take the tier 2, they'll force the fight, they'll get 2 kills, but now Quad's in danger. Slam back into the wall, but Busio's ready to reinforce. River trying to counterattack here with a Hound's Pursuit, and finally it's 100 Thieves on the board, but at what cost? Inspired jumps over the wall, forcing the flashback out from Ayla. 100 Thieves, 25 minutes into the game, finally get their first kill, but it costs them 3 more bodies in a tier 2 turret.
And a Baron.
And a Baron.
But we're on the board.
But they're on the board.
We got him. Yep, FlyQuest's going to collect that Baron. I don't think there's even a possibility of any sort of heroics there from the 100 Thieves side, but Yeah, FlyQuest here. What a start to this group, Flowers.
Yeah.
This matchup, I think, was the matchup. He's been so good from the beginning. Because of the chunks he was getting onto Sniper in lane was the whole reason they were able to make the start of that really good sequence of calls.
Oh, Whippo's in a 1v2 down here from the bottom side. Let's see if he can take out River and Sniper on his lonesome. Turns it right back onto the hot dog. 100 Thieves are scattering. They're like, all right, dude, sorry. That's our bad. We need to get the hell out of here. Run away, Mr. Dog. Whippo wanted to get the call to Meek there to get that last little bit of damage onto River, but he can't quite do it. So Whippo fights off 2 of them fair and square. Meanwhile, the rest of the team forces down 2 inhibitors in top and mid. Bullet time used from FBI there to clear out the massive wave of super minions, try to prolong the game a little bit longer, as now Whippo is ready to heal up, rejoin the rest of FlyQuest on the push. He doesn't have the dominance. I don't think he really needs it, Kobe. FlyQuest just waiting on a couple more minion waves. Tempered Fate ain't gonna get nothing as Ayla drops again. Monster ready to keep the push going forward. Double kill back over to Quad as the Chaos Storm gets larger and larger. Quid tries to escape. The Feather Storm's not gonna find the execution it looks for, but the first Nexus turret is already down. The second about to go as well. FlyQuest is low, but 100 Thieves can't stop him. Nexus open now. All 5 FlyQuest players still alive. Quad's damage with the lasers from range, still putting the pressure on 100 Thieves as Quid steps forward and finally grabs the shutdown back on Amasu, and FlyQuest are making their game-ending push here onto the fountain, onto the steps of 100 Thieves. It's 17-2. It's an absolute murder.
Pure front to back. I'm favoring Team Liquid. They have bigger health bars. They have better, follow-up engage after the initial ones. But Lyon, they have more options, I think you could argue.
This is
the kill, but that is Flash.
Yep, and now Audi has tempo on jungle, and in the bot lane, Lyon is very happy with what they did. Zeri got a good base off.
And we want to highlight here, I had set it up earlier, but Impact having a rough start to his split here. We took a look at some of the stats of Zale, and he has been struggling, but he might just get a solo kill. Oh no! It's Licorice!
I don't think it's going to be contested or anything. Core knows that they're over on the Dragon right now, so should just be able to grab the grubs, but instead he's actually going to pull off and look for a potential another dive, but Licorice will have his ulti here. Does he know what?
Try again. Both ultimates pop. Licorice, World Ender, trying to get that healing back. Impact through the dominance, and Umpty actually gets the E. Nice little spin there. Licorice goes down. Impact gets a kill of his own.
The view was they're just going to be doing grubs, so he's not going to be attacking me.
Ooh, APA could be in trouble right now. He shuffles away, also has a flash, but now he can't help out at the grub, so Umpty's only going to be able to get 2 of them. Whoa. And now Paranoia popped. Adiland jumping in, flashing to follow. Down goes Umpty. Adiland picking up the kill.
That's the combo, man. You know, the Nocturne ult plus Saint ulting there from mid lane. He hit 3. But maybe it pays off big, and what the odds are.
Yeah. Or maybe you just find the engage onto the enemy support. Lions has to flash away. Battle dances to safety and is out of there, but Umpty was looking for it, or JJ set it up.
Yeah, I would even say Umpty was looking defensively because Varus lost his flash, so Nocturne is going to look him.
I mean, but now he leaves the lane, so there's the engage. Yan in trouble, no flash available. Feats of Warfare claim for a kill to Lyon. Henna pops the ultimate. Xerath as well. They got so much damage on the core JJ. Umpty's trying to block the shots. Now he holds it back under the turret.
No.
Henna goes down as APA pushes Saint away from the fight. Team Liquid finds something out of the play.
Wow. Umpty with the scoop. Henna got taken out, but overall that Nocturne looked balanced there. He just one-shot the Varus. He had his Hex plate. He is juiced.
Yeah, he is really strong already. Impact is playing with fire a bit there. Licorice does have flash, does have ulti. Impact's got to be safe, but you can see that the bot lane from TL is running straight down to bot to relieve that pressure. And if Licorice overstays, he could be again caught in a difficult situation.
Ooh, dominance pop. Now Impact wants the fight to happen, but again, just gets popped like a balloon. Licorice giving him the business.
I mean, but the good part is, if Xerath does go side, Azir actually has threat on him. But right now, we see Xerath is staying mid, so that's a good choice by Lyon.
So talk to me about like what the comms are like kind of in this situation then, right? So Lion's going to take the second dragon. You know, we now know it's going to be Mountain Soul. They're moving towards, potential soul point on this next dragon. Is that something you expect them to try to fight for?
Well, it looks like they already made the decision here as they're diving Yan yet again. Oh, Summoner spells blown, does not live. Lyon with that, just insane trigger pull. Finding these plays, they want more. They're going to go for core. No ultimate available. Umpty is there. Nice little knockup from core JJ. They don't quite have the damage to burst him down as Adi now taking turret. Lion stuck under there. Umpty punishes the second dive. Now Impact comes in from the flank, trying to get onto Henna, stop him from jumping over that wall. Henna has the flash, makes it, but Impact follows. Well, a couple more autos, and he gets it. Impact with the flank play, and now APA wants some of that action as well. Adi was trying to get away the entire time. Has the flash, sniped by Yad. Team Liquid make the play happen.
Man, I feel like Lyon are making such good initial plays, but then always trying to go for more. And they're just overplaying, and now they're going to lose Sage as well.
Another Ixtal's Impact straight into the turret. Oh, bad the worst for Lyon. Team Liquid feeling great about this last minute of play.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the play bot is the same thing as top. Like, you already have a successful play. You're already farming plates. You don't need to actually try to redive the Alistar.
Yeah.
You don't even get much for killing the Alistar.
Yeah, I mean, they made the great play and they just overplayed again. But again, from like the pro player's point of view, if you have the information, you can go for the play. Maybe they thought Skarner wasn't there, and that's why they did it.
That's, I mean, I'm happy to hear you highlight that because we obviously get the benefit of seeing everything. We know
basically like where they finished fourth. It's always this meme, right, about forever fourth. And this is the playoff finish versus the regular season finish after they finish fourth, but Saint gonna get caught.
I mean, immediately, Boosty, you already set it up. Saint has no flash. APA goes for the flash shuffle on cooldown and finds the play. Can't script it better than that, just like Team Liquid script that fourth place finish because they turn it on, Azael. Boosty, are you even aware of that fourth place meme, or is that before your time?
It's before my time.
Before your time. It was memed. Team Liquid always finish fourth, but when it comes time for the kind of halfway point of the season, or once we get into playoffs, they turn it on, they come online. We're kind of seeing that in this game even.
Yep.
Oh, but Lyon not going to take a lane down. They're actually going to go for their own play here into the mid lane. Big damage onto Jan as Henna picks up that kill.
Nowhere is safe for this Varus.
Yeah, I mean,
Alistar is right by his side. Yep.
I think Lyon's
right
gonna get a little caught out here. He's actually walking all the way up, so it's not just gonna be the ultimate used. He will try and use the regular spells as well. But look at Core on the side right here. Big engage, double knock up. Lights go out. Paranoia. APA trying to keep himself alive, but Adiland still gets on the Jan. Flash use. Licorice gets the AD carry. Impact cannot trade in kind, but they lose Saint. Oh, Team Liquid turning the play on its head. Lyon thought they might be able to turn it back, but Impact Frontlines picks up the triple kill. Team Liquid earn the dragon.
That seemed like such a tough approach for Lyon, walking with no vision when they're already starting. They don't have eyes on where Core is whatsoever, and you're grouped up in this situation that is kind of guaranteeing TL that front to back. When one CC hits, all the other CCs are going to hit, and Xerath is dead instantly. They're going to look for another engage on Varus.
Still no flash on Yad, and they just get him again. Whoo, Lyon have one play, and they're just going to keep running it, man.
Wow.
It's a coup find it if they see it. Umpty now catches Saint. APA's nearby, and there is the Impale. Saint's going to go down. APA with the kill credit. They find a mid laner out of position, and Team Liquid capitalize.
Yeah, he walked a pretty dangerous way. I mean, you look at the vision in the jungle, they have nothing. They have one ward over in the tri-brush on top side, right? So it's instead of walking the kind of more safe long way, he tried to cut through the jungle, gets caught. Now he's dead. Now they're for sure going to go to Otacon.
Doesn't flash even, so now he's going to have to try and teleport back in if Lyon contests this, but I think Team Liquid just get the Otacon at this point. Lyon are going to take mid turret instead. Oh, turn the lights out. Now maybe they find a play onto Impact as well. Not going to fully dive between the turrets. Instead, just a tier 1.
Quite deep, but they did get the tier 1. Obviously, it's not that good, but they did what they had to do.
Yeah,
they did what they had to do.
It's always tough though. Like when you use Nocturnal in a play like that, and you
couldn't kill Impact. He didn't burn flash. He didn't have to burn much. He just slice and dices away, and Lyon are now in a position where they cannot approach this dragon. Team Liquid have taken back control of the game despite Lyon having that early game advantage. So Booster, I want to ask, what's your insight for how, scrims have gone? Because again, we've heard
super
this
fast tempo recalls and the fact that they're cheap, like you're saying. They have the Herald down in bot though, so they are looking like they're going to be able to grab a tier 2 here. Lyon are moving over though, so we'll see if they can find an angle.
Yeah, they're trying to clear out the wave. They can defend the turret for a little bit longer, but not indefinitely. It does go down. Team Liquid get their objective, so not playing for the Baron immediately.
To be useful.
But this is tough for Henna because Henna's the only one ahead in gold on the team, is constantly trying to get these waves while Team Liquid is grouped up pushing. So you're not even getting that much of it, but Paranoia popped. Team Liquid trying to group up. Lion's on a flank, and instead they're going to go for the 2 members. Jan yet again! Just blown up before the fight can even start. APA trying to get that damage down now. Team Liquid drawing the new battle lines. Impact going hard onto Adi. APA keeping Licorice locked down. Flash it over the wall. Flash followed by Core JJ, and Team Liquid are going to answer in kind. They lose their AD carry. Good death. Oh, okay. Pulverize not gonna land. I think it's just fine. Impact now dominating. Team Liquid find a 2-for-1.
Audie's not even respawning for 10 more seconds, so I don't even think they're going to try to bother. Maybe just try to get some vision around the dragon and be able to potentially play for that, but even that is going to be incredibly difficult.
Drop some Fs in chat for Jan. Drop some Ws in chat for Team Liquid, though, because they're, I still think, doing pretty good.
And then maybe they can kill Varus plus Azir at the same time because they'll have a much better pinch angle.
Yeah.
But at this point, with the zone he's completed on APA, he had the arm guard for that last.
That, like, if your AD's playing with this, that the comms kind of change and they can dictate maybe more where people are coming from.
Yeah, for sure. And APA and Core can look over.
Cool.
Okay, well, now we're going on to Impact here. Team Liquid has backup on the top half of the map, and Impact just easily jumps over to them. You cannot lock down the Renekton.
Didn't look as good as going for the Varus, I'll say that much.
Yeah. This is Operation Keep Jan as far away as possible. So that way he is not the target right now.
I mean, honestly, if I was Jan in this game, I feel like Zhonya's low-key would not have been bad.
You know you can focus. Impact, though, I mean, he doesn't have the paranoia to worry about, but has to pop the Dominus. Zerathol, big damage. Oh, yeah, hits the blast going for Impact. And now Empty underneath the turret onto Saint, almost just solo kills him with the Baron Wave. That cannon is smacking Saint around.
All right. They're in a really tough spot. IE is now finally completed as well. You can see that Henna's going to be working towards probably just like LDR or something next, but the base has already been cracked, and this is going to be very difficult to defend.
Yep, Lyon has to choose when they do their last fight because it's not looking good.
Licorice is on the flank, has the World Ender available.
Ult, though, so they have no threat. They have to basically wait for that. Yeah, and it feels like the jaws are closing in.
Maybe they're waiting for level 16 on Henna if they can try and get it off of these waves. I'm not sure how close he is, but they lose one Nexus turret here. And Henna does not hit it off of that minion. Yeah, so second execution not going to come through, so Audioland does not want to go for the dive. APA with that ultimate available is hard to get on top of. Lyon are going to have to catch the wave under their one remaining Nexus turret. Team Liquid putting the final touches on this game as they will take the last bot lane turret. And big engage from Umti. Hits the Impale onto the front line. Licorice is going to go down. Jan gets revenge! A kill for the AD carry that's been focused all game to close things out. APA on a killing spree. The carries fall for Lyon. It's Audi and it's Saint left alive to watch their turret fall. Team Liquid will take the game. Lyon will falter.
GG guys.
Yep. Padding the stats a little bit here. Team Liquid, solid work right there. Incredible comeback after Lyon
coming in from Melio, and you do have that safety of the ultimate always there. But double AD carry, plus you kind of have this enchanter here to buff them both up. You can use your W to extend for Henna. So I am thinking he's going to be going pretty heavily into lethality.
Goes for another aggressive trade, gets hooked by Core JJ, who predicted it. Jan, big damage, as he's just stacking up all the Rens. And then Lions both having to walk away.
Yep, they are going to be able to.
Umpty, he went for an invade, and Audioland catches him in the jungle.
Oh no.
Umpty getting punished right now in the 1v1. Can he somehow turn it around? The Q cooldown. First blood to Umpty.
Conqueror stacks up, and in those extended trades, Henna's going to have to actually flash out of there. No barrier, no flash. I was going to say teams going into Fearless, especially when we get towards playoffs and best of fives, you know, APA hasn't been playing any of the melee champs. They are still quite powerful. How will they deal with that? But Lyon looking to contest this dragon.
Yeah, Team Liquid are starting it off. Henna getting some good damage onto Jan there. APA is level 7, though. Can be the carry. Petrifying Gaze lands onto Audioland. Umpty gets another kill as Jan will save his support's life. Team Liquid can still look for more, though. Core JJ does not want to go for it. Team Liquid will just take the dragon and the kill.
Yeah, and Jan hitting 6 there forced the flash out of Henna because then he just ults in.
Plus the dragon, 2 kills onto the jungler who's on Pantheon and can bring that gold anywhere on the map at very short notice. Team Liquid in full control right now, but mid lane we're actually making a play onto APA. Talk about 100-0. APA was not ready for that Glacial Prison.
Yeah, APA gets punished pretty big time there though, but
Licorice in trouble. Yeah, he has the flash available, but he is taunted up, stunned up, big damage. Team Liquid will follow the flash. Licorice will throw down the equalizer, but there's just no escape. Umpty will miss a couple of Qs, but it's just a matter of inevitability. Feats of Warfare claim that's 3.
Something really weird happens, but he's going to be feeling good about that. You can see Jan working towards his first item.
Could be in trouble. Has the flash available, has the barrier as well. Uses one, will he use the other? Miasma keeping him in place. APA picking up the kill.
Yeah. Not a lot of way to get out, and I think it was absolutely correct to not flash because you saw that TL, as they're going for this pick, are walking past him to where he would flash, so Umty's walking to the other side of him, so even if you flash from that spot for some more gold.
But instead, it's actually mid lane. Jan already used the flash, and Audioland getting himself on the board. Pantheon ult comes in, but not in time. Team Liquid cannot keep Jan
Emilio,
alive.
or he's just straight up not there, then that is going to look pretty good for you. You can see Henna there, again, just kind of dashing in, gets the passive damage from that Emilio, proxy electrocute, but APA pretty tanky here with that roll already stacking, so Cassio's not that easy to chip out, has pretty good sustain too.
Now working towards that second item, big spike there as Team Liquid are controlling around the Herald. Lyon actually get the Scuttle Crab though, so they'll spot this going down. Do they want to contest? They have Equalizer. They have a lot of flashes available, but instead they're going for the bottom lane play here. So Saint going to take the turret. That means that the rest of the team might not want to go for this fight. Hard engage here onto Henna. Locked down, knocked up, taken out of the fight. That's the objective, plus a kill for Lyon. Saint teleports in, but a little late. Corjay J flies over the top, straight onto the Equalizer now. Licorice roasting everybody! The Rumble shows up massive in the fight. It's still going, because again, Jan was getting chased when we went to the pause, and he's barbecued as well. That's 3 on the board for Licorice.
And just like that, Licorice is going to be, big man on campus. He just got a lot of gold. They're going to be able to push down mid lane here and get probably the full tower. I don't think that Saint's going to be able to actually stop them because they have 5 grubs, 2 members here knocking this down. So yeah. TL will be able to get some gold back here. But this went from, a nice little advantage. It was 1.4K for TL.
Yeah, he won't have the flash though, so wherever he goes, he's going to be stuck there for a little bit here. Lyon currently have their front to back drawn. Lions as the Melio trying to buy all that space for them. Big shield. And that's the breath of life. Henna now back up into the fight. In goes Umpty, but he's just taken out immediately. Popped like a balloon. Team Liquid have no jungler for the dragon fight. Adi should be a free smite right here as Team Liquid maybe go for something afterwards. But they got to run away now, getting chased down by Lyon, going for the hunt. Big flash, Quadra taunt from Impact. Isn't going to be enough as Team Liquid's damage dealers are trying to do what they can. APA's got to be the hero, but instead it's Saint. Double kill for the Corki. APA still alive, gets the shutdown. The carries are dead on Lyon.
If they're playing it like that, they need to be more coordinated on when that engage goes through.
And Audiolin here, despite getting put down early, has made a lot of big impact plays, making another one here onto APA. Double Petrifying Gaze. He's stacking up the Conqueror. Saint's going to have to do all the damage here, but APA is actually shredding through Audiolin. Not enough, not fast enough. Saint with the shutdown.
Yeah, and you can tell they got a little bit nervous about some potential counterplay coming through, so Licorice actually TP'd up there as well. As soon as that Sejuani ult missed, he immediately started TPing. Maybe they didn't have the exact timer on Pantheon ult, for example, which is just coming up right now, so maybe they're thinking, oh crap, Pantheon ult's going to come through, and we need the extra man here, or this fight could go bad. Galio they saw on the bot side, so that wouldn't have been the play, but definitely could have been something like this. Now TL are going to try to make a play on the other side of the map here. They are over here on Otacon, but they're tanking up that drain, which is not only going to deal damage to you and cut your resistances, it is healing it up. This time it looks like it will just be a trade on the other side of the map, so they're going to get the tier 1 in mid very likely, and the tier 2 top, so that is a lot of gold here going over to Lyon. Still, Otacon is pretty powerful.
Yeah, I mean,
it's definitely not bad.
It can set up a lot of plays, but it's going to be 3 minutes still that Baron. They won't be able to use it for that fight. So I don't know exactly what Team Liquid's going to get from this.
I mean, you just try to force, right? But this is kind of the issue now with the GA Otacon. I think it is significantly weaker than the other one. His third item right before this, so there's not going to be any challenge at the Dragon for Lyon. They are just pushing up top lane, trying to establish vision control here around the Baron that's about to spawn. But it does mean you gave TL their third Dragon for free, which does mean one more mistake, one pick, one bad smite, and they do get Soul, which absolutely gives TL. You can see Saint is going to have his LDR very soon. Henna looks like he's going to be going towards IE very likely, which is a long ways off, but is a really high damage build.
Still doing damage right now onto Jan, but Petrifying Gaze, APA playing hero for his AD carry. Jan gets the kill. Lyon lose their damage as Jan getting roasted. Saint is there. The rocket snipe onto Jan. Core in trouble now as Licorice is showing that he also can provide that damage per second for the team. One more rocket. Lyon gets it with the flame spitter. Team Liquid lose 2 as Lyon find another play.
Yeah, nicely done there by Lyon. They do, and we are back to fighting.
Ooh, and we're Glacial prisoning onto Umpty. Flash away from the Pantheon, has the team with him. APA is there for the damage. Now Audiolin might be in trouble, but the equalizer goes down. Umpty in trouble. Licorice gets another kill and is dominating this game. 6-1. Team Liquid now might find him. Flash over the wall. Licorice answers in kind. Gets back to safety. No equalizer, but the Flame Spitter will still do a lot of damage. Team Liquid are going to try and reapproach here. They do not have their jungler, but they have impact on the flank. APA and Jan trying to position aggressively to get some damage threats down as Baron is the focus. Here comes Impact. They got Henna. Team Liquid's carries are doing it. Licorice falls as well. APA will continue chasing onto Audieland. Shut down to the mid laner. Double kill to the AD carry. Team Liquid will steal the Baron.
They're going to be able to grab
Extra
the
movement speed in the river here for Team Liquid. Lyon have to be very careful on their approach. There's really not an easy target because if they go in to the fight, Impact has that flank. If they go into Impact, he's tanky. Equalizer goes down, big damage. Actually getting roasted, but instead it's actually Audieland that will fall first. Jungler down for Lyon, and Team Liquid will get the Dragon Soul.
Yeah, they're going to be able to grab this no problem there. I really wish that Lyon just kind of went through mid, got one wave, or even just part of a wave for Licorice. You can see as he walked by, he got like 1 minute of experience, hit 16, and the equalizer was not placed very well. I do think he's been playing a great game, but he kind of put it right against the wall, so it was only on APA, and then as he steps back, there's no threat on anyone else, and now TL are really going to reap the rewards here. Going to be pushing up through bot, through mid, taking down these towers, extending the gold lead, and it is going to be very tough for Lyon to be able to come back from here. But we'll see if they can kind of just stabilize, you know, for their hopes. They really just have to try to defend the base, you know, keep them off of these inhibitors, continue farming, and hopefully you can find an advantageous engage later on.
Lyon have been, you know, advantage on the map here, and actually they're going to go for another play, teleporting in. They're locking down Audieland, who just doesn't have the team close enough to back him up. Audie's down again.
Yeah, Audie's going to be down again. You can see they're just trying to TP out of there just to survive. They are going to be able to do it, but can Lions get out?
Yeah, Umpty had the flash available, but not going to commit onto it. And Lyon just lose their jungler and will try and catch waves.
I mean, Henna finally completes that IE, so that is something, but you're looking over at APA. He's almost done his 5th full item, and you just got your 3rd. Henna is just so far behind the pace of the game at this point that he's really not been threatening whatsoever. You know, 2.5K down on what Jan is pretty rough.
And I think Jan learned his lesson from the last game. The QSS completed. He's like, all right, if I'm going to be the focus, I'm going to actually survive. As now Core JJ focusing on the engage. Team Liquid with the flank from APA. Lions will fall at their turret. Team Liquid do not care. Diving between them. Double kill to Jan, and they get the clean ace. Team Liquid with a roaring statement here to start off the group stage versus Lyon. Put our names back in that conversation. The game versus DSG was an anomaly, not the new norm. Team Liquid play it clean in game 2, get all the early objectives, and there's just only Audi left here to try and defend the base. You just know a Sejuani is not going to be enough. Team Liquid, take your victory lap. GG!
End the game now. End the game.
Oh, no.
Let him die. Good job.
Let me die?
Oh? No. No. Let's.
Solid work from Team Liquid right there.